Hello family, and welcome to another Wealth Academy video. So today we're talking about the 5 top reasons why real estate makes a great investment. So reason number 1, capital appreciation. Now real estate grows in value over time, and there are so many different reasons why real estate grows in value over time, but this is what makes real estate a great investment. So you'll find that if you look at the property values over the last 10 years, the last 20 years, last 30 years, you'll find that the property values are actually doing one thing, and that is they are simply going up over time. Now, the reason for this, is manifold. One of them is the fact that, the replacement cost of a piece of real estate, it keeps on going up because of inflation. Now, when I was studying quantity surveying, I learned about the fact that, the cost of building material literally goes up at least twice a year, making the replacement cost of any piece of real estate more expensive with time. Now, this is one factor that actually allows the value of real estate to basically grow over time. The second and most important factor is basically demand. If you look at human population, it's been growing, over the last few years. Of course, this is in South Africa and Africa and a few other places on the planet. You'll find that, the population is basically growing. As a result, the demand for real estate is growing as well. Now, this allows the value of real estate to grow in keeping with the demand, in keeping with the cost of replacing a piece of real estate. So reason number 2 why real estate makes a great investment is the fact that real estate allows you to have cash flow. Now, like I said, if you bought your property in the right location, where it's close to all the amenities, whether it's workplaces, whether it's schools, whether it's shops, whether it's medical facilities, and all of those things combined, basically make sure that your property will always be in demand. Now, with this demand, it means that you will always have a tenant staying in your property, and this tenant will obviously be paying you monthly rental income, and this allows you to have, hands-free cash flow, so to speak, every single month. Now, reason number 3 why real estate makes a great investment is that in acquiring real estate, you can use the principle that is called OPM, that is other people's money. Yes, you got that right. You can use other people's money to buy real estate. Now, think of it this way. If you go to the bank and you say, Bank X, I've been banking with you for a long time, and I love what you guys are doing. I love your product. But guess what? Can you please borrow me money so that I can purchase your shares? Guess what the bank is going to say? They will never give you money to buy their own shares. But if you say to them, Bank, I'm actually buying a piece of real estate, and this is the information regarding this piece of real estate, you'll find that the banks are actually much more willing to give you money to invest into real estate. Why? Because they know that real estate is a sure and a secure investment. So reason number 4 why real estate makes a great investment, and that is taxes. Probably there is no other investment out there that has got as many tax allowances as real estate. Now, the government does this because it incentivizes, entrepreneurs to move in a certain direction so that it can help the government to meet certain demands. For example, housing. Now, the government will incentivize property developers to basically develop certain types of properties in keeping with the demand that's out there in the market. It will also incentivize people like you and me who are buy-to-let investors so that we can buy certain types of properties. And when we buy these types of properties, you'll find that we get certain tax break, which allows us to build a huge real estate portfolio, basically tax-free. So reason number 5 why real estate makes a great investment, this is probably one of my favorite, and that is leverage. Leverage in the sense that, to acquire the property in the first place, you can use other people's money. But even when you do have the real estate, that you own, that's giving you cash flow, it appreciates in value over time, meaning you can then use the equity in the particular piece of real estate as a deposit to buy even more properties over time. Now, you can do this over and over and over again, utilizing, your first 2 or 3 properties to even grow your properties to even 10 or 20 or 30, depending on how you are gearing or leveraging your property to make sure that you get equity out of one piece of real estate to put as a deposit for multiple other properties. Now, in conclusion, real estate is really one of the best investments that you can make out there because of the fact that you can use other people's money to acquire it, at least use a lot of other people's money to acquire it. You can basically leverage on it. You can extract the equity from one piece of real estate to get into another piece of real estate. It's much more easier to collaborate with other investors. And the population is busy growing, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. And it's expected to continue growing as more and more people are actually urbanizing. This will then put a huge demand on real estate, whether it's student accommodation, whether it's residential, whether it's commercial. And I think real estate will continue being in demand as more and more people are actually urbanizing, for better education, for better medical facilities, better work opportunities. So you and I can position ourselves, right now to buy the right type of real estate using the right type of structures as we provide the education on this platform, and make sure that we build wealth through real estate, for ourselves and for our generations to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go out there, let's make wise decisions, let's invest in real estate because it is a secure investment. Cheers.